we'll discuss about one of the very useful feature available in the Microsoft Office. Basically, Microsoft Office is one of the, we call it as a productivity software that is normally used in the offices. And in that, we have complete package of so many different apps like Microsoft Word, it is a part of Microsoft Office. Microsoft PowerPoint, it is a part of Microsoft Office. So we have a complete package of 6 to 7 software apps in the Microsoft Office. So that is called the productivity software. It means that it enhances the productivity of any office's skills and these so many things. So one of the very useful is Microsoft Excel. That's very much useful, especially for the calculations and so many other purposes. So obviously it's not possible to go through each and everything within I think hardly we have 1 and 15 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. We'll try to just go just insight about what we can do. That's our main objective of this lecture. And what are the potential of Microsoft Excel and what type of the activities we can perform. Because I don't know exactly which type of activity you are going to perform. I'm just telling you can do these activities. Just like a tools, if you suppose you have any mechanical tools like hammer or plier. If I say that what is the objective of this one, so electrician will tell about something different about the applications of plier and hammer. And if you say about the plumber, they have their different applications. So just like tool like hammer and plier, screwdriver, Excel is similar one. Excel is open-ended. There is no specific one you can, only the engineers can use, only the financial person can use in the financial activities, or only the statistical person can be used in the statistical activities. It is open-ended, means anyone can use, and for any purpose when there is a concept of database. And you all know about the data is now one of the very important part of all of our life. If you go through for the filling of the form, any form, even for the PhD scholar, you all are a PhD scholar, you're going for the filling of the form of the PhD, you will see that there is a high school mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, all these are the basically database. Your complete database, now the Aadhaar is coming here, voter ID, so many databases required. So basically when there is a concept of a database, there is always the use, some features of the Excel. That's why Excel is one of the very user-friendly and very easy to use tool for the data management and so many operations. So just go through it. We'll have 2 sections. You can see the 3 sections. In the first section, we'll tell about what we can do in the Excel, what are the basic sections of the Excel. Then we have to go through the basic layout of the Excel, what are the different sections, what we call it. And then we have go for some applications, some examples. Okay, so let us do the first one. You all know about the concept of the Excel. Excel is basically falls in the category of the spreadsheet software. Just like example, if sometimes what happens in the family, आपकी अम्मी कहती हैं जाओ बेटा सर्फ लेके आओ मार्केट से, ये बोलते हैं ना. You know, surf is not the appropriate word. Surf is the company trade product name. In fact, that is the detergent. So similarly, Excel is not the product, basically it is a product name launched by the Microsoft Office. The original thing is the spreadsheet. So spreadsheet is the name of the actual, the parent category where there are so many, companies have developed the spreadsheet. Microsoft developed, that name is Excel. Google already developed, they name it as Google Sheets. Apple also developed, they have the different name, I think iSheet. And OpenOffice also developed the Excel, they told that it is a OpenOffice Calc. So many things. You got the point? So you can find in so many places the spreadsheet applications. They claim that we have a very good spreadsheet. We have so many new features as compared to the Excel. But Excel is the most popular among all these one. Nowadays, people are also using the Google Sheet, no doubt. But almost everything they copied from the Excel. But still the Excel is one of the very popular one in the spreadsheet category. So we'll stick about the spreadsheet. We are not going to the Google Sheet. They have their advantages and disadvantages. So it is simply the spreadsheet where we have everything in the rows and columns. But the concept is simply the rows and columns. इसका हिंदी में एक concept था बही खाता, कोई नाम जानते हैं इसका मतलब जानते हैं ना, बही खाता बोलते हैं ना, जो पहले के ज़माने में मुनीम लोग खोला करते थे बही खाता, तो रोल टाइप का हुआ करता था, खुलता जाता था. There is no concept of pages. वहाँ ऐसा पेजेस नहीं था, एक आदमी का जब बंदा खुलता था वो रोल टाइप को खोलते चले जाते थे, इसलिए इसमें कोई पेज का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट वर्ड में पेजेस का कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, 1 पेज 2 पेज 3 पेज. बट इन द एक्सेल देयर इज नो कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ पेजेस, देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ शीट्स where we have a different columns and rows and cells and all these things. Okay. The main objective of the spreadsheet, why we are basically interested about, these three are the broad classifications. The number one is the data storing. 90% of, normally the 90% of the users are going for this first purpose. They only simply they store the data. I have just basically, one of my friend is from the medical background. He stored only the database of the patient. And what happened if he needs some calculations, he always asks me for the, please give me the calculator, I need to calculate some parameters for these patients, and I have stored everything in the Excel. So मैंने देखा, मैंने कहा कि आप क्यों मुझसे कैलकुलेटर लेते हैं बार बार, why you can't do the activities, calculation activity in the Excel. बोले अच्छा, क्या स्टोर के अलावा भी चीज़ें हो सकती हैं क्या इसमें पॉसिबल है? तो मैंने कहा yes, we can go for the data analysis and data calculations. Apart from simply storing the data, you can go for the calculations, and that is one of the very beautiful feature of the Excel. Not only the database storing. The third is the data management. Means data management and data acquiring. You can recall in a different angle. For example, if you have a database of whole university, say for example, and you are interested to need to just find out the number of students from the, say, social science background, or the faculty of social science. So you can manage the data within the Excel. You can access the, analyze the, so many activities can be performed in the Excel. Okay. The mode of operations nowadays, we are going into the online mode also. After the corona, this pandemic, things are going in the online mode. So Excel also have the online and offline both mode. They have their advantages and disadvantages. But right now I'm using the offline mode. We can go for the online mode also. Now this is very important thing. I just categorize all the Excels that is available. Complete Excel in the 4 categories. Number one is the click and play tools. Means there are so many tools available there in the Excel. That is a very easy. Click and play means just click there and things are going on. The things will be happen. Your objective will be achieved. So only you need to just click on the mouse or the click on that basically in the cursor. Nothing else. So it means there are so many tools that only require the minimum intelligence or the minimum skill for doing that activities. So there are so many softwares, and normally still users are, if they are going to use that one, so what I think that 80% people are using the click and play tools, nothing else. Then if you go for a slightly higher one, for example, these are the few examples of click and play tools. Sorting and filtering, these are the examples. Sorting and filtering, as the name suggests, you are going to sort some data, you are going to filter some data. Data validation, text to columns, remove the duplicate, get the external data, conditional formatting, pivot table, charts. All these are some examples where you have data. You simply click there, charts will be automatically developed there. There is no need to do the programming like these activities. So that is the meaning of the click and play tools. Then we have a second, you need slightly more skill as compared to the first one. Formula and functions. Obviously doing some activities, for example, you are going to find out the average of the, say for example, height of all the students in this class. If there is some examination here, you want to find out the average marks, or the maximum marks, minimum marks, total number. You need to count the total number of students using the Excel or any other type of calculations. So you need some basically the skills for how to calculate, because there is a proper way, method to put all these values. Not like that कि आपने बोल दिया कि भाई कैलकुलेट करके मुझे बताओ AI की तरह, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो सकता इसमें. You need to put the proper values. So there are so many functions, even there are categories of the functions are there. You can see the financial function, text function, date and time function, lookup and references, maths, and some more functions are available here. The third category is the more advanced one, you can say the advanced Excel, that called the Excel programming. Even after, if suppose there is some problem that cannot be solved using the click and play tools, using the formula and functions, then you can switch over to the Excel programming. This is basically the VBA based program. We call it a Visual Basic Application. That is the VBA programming. So if you know the VBA programming, you can, means it is open-ended. Open-ended means you can do any activities. For example, currently we are doing in the engineering college, we have almost 20 branches of MTech. And 11 branches of BTech. In the BTech, we have in a single year, we have approximately 500 students. So there are 4 years program, almost 2,000 students in the BTech, right? Then in MTech, almost 500 students in all these 25 branches. One student normally have the 5 subjects, theory subjects. So tell me about the BTech, how many subjects are, how many rows will be formed? Total number of students, 2,000. One student have 5 subjects. So 2,000 multiplied by 5. There are 10,000 basically rows we require for the examination, for the results. So for every student, we have to put the marks on the against the each and every subjects. So all these things we are going with the help of Excel programming. What we can do, we have to register all this, just like you all are. For example, here we have to first register all the details of you in the Excel. Then, for example, if you take the case of your one, and then even we can go for the attendance also. We can update the attendance here also, and automatically only you just put the p value. Automatically it will calculate how much percentage you have. And then after completion of your course, if you want to get the certificate, we can program, not programming, there are some tools also available here. Just one click, things automatically, the PDF file will be formed and you get the certificate with the help of the Excel and Word, nothing else. So that's the beauty of the Excel. Very easy tools are there. This is called if anyone is interested, what I'm talking about, this is called the mail merge feature. Mail merge, suppose you are hardly, I don't know exactly the number of students, 45, 50. If suppose you are 1,000 students and I need to make the certificate of all these 1,000 students, very simple. I have the role of every student, I have suppose the data in the Excel, and I have just simply to mail merge feature, use the mail merge feature. What happened? It will take the first value from the Excel and it pasted in the Word. In the Word we have template of certificate, for example. In the template of certificate, only two things will change. Your name will be changed. Say, for example, your affiliation is also changed. Nothing else. Everything is same. So what happened? There is a dynamic link between the Word and the Excel. Every time when I run the Word, automatically it will take the first value, second value, third value, fourth value, fifth value, sixth and 1,000. Just by one click, you get the 1,000 pages of the MS Word. You can just take the printout or you can convert in the PDF. You get the certificate. So that is also the click and play tools. But if I'm talking about the programming, so you can do so many activities in the programming also. Now the fourth one, suppose you are not very good in the programming, obviously. So then what happened? The markets are basically very much interested to generate the money. So there are so many companies, they develop the programs. And they have developed the program and they told that, okay, you need this type of activities. What you can do, you just add the one module of my program. There is a compatibility, basically features available in the Excel. If someone is developed BBA program by their own as per your requirements, and it's simply they transfer to you about the program, you have just to add that one. That is called the add-ins features. You add that one into the Excel, the things will be advanced one. For example, there is a one, statistical tools. There is so many statistical activities like NOI analysis. I don't know how many of you know about the NOI analysis. This is a statistical tool. So that is a totally separate things. You can add that thing in the Excel. Okay, and you can run that one. If you add as add-ins, you can do that activities. And there is so many other things also. Okay, so these are four different categories, but we are not going into the programming and we are not going into the Excel add-ins. We are only stick toward the first and second one. So our target is basically first and second one. Okay, what we can do with the Excel? So I told you, you can store the data. अब यहाँ पर थोड़ा सा मैं 1 मिनट लूँगा बस आपका, उसके बाद क्वेरी करूँगा कुछ. Data is very important. एक्सेल हो या कोई भी चीज़ हो, वहाँ पर ये चीज़ जानना ज़रूरी है आपको, किस टाइप का डेटा स्टोर कर सकते हैं. What type of the data you can store in the Excel? Number 1, number format. Number format का मतलब क्या हुआ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can store these things, and even Excel understand that you are storing the numbers. क्यों समझेगा वो अंडरस्टैंड क्यों करेगा? क्योंकि अगली बार आप उससे पूछ सकते हैं कि जोड़ो, तो भाई a प्लस b तो नहीं जोड़ेगा ना. यानी एक्सेल को पता होना चाहिए कि नंबर है कि नहीं है. So the first thing is that you can, Excel recognizes a number format. So you can add 1, 2, 3, 1.01 means in the decimal format, in simple number format, in the bigger format, in the lower format. There is a different formats of the number also. You can store that thing one. So that is the first thing. The second type of data that can Excel recognizes is the text function. Text function मतलब? Sorry, text data. Text data मतलब? Name, sentences, कुछ लिखा हमने, जैसे लिखा हमने 1A, तो देखने में तो इसमें न्यूमेरिकल भी नंबर्स भी है, A भी है, but it is recognized as a text, not as a number. तो ये तो क्लियर होगा आप लोग कॉन्सेप्ट. तो वी कैन ऐड दी नेम्स. तो उसको रिकॉग्नाइज करने का मतलब क्या हुआ? रिकॉग्नाइज का मतलब ये है कि यू कैन डू द एक्टिविटीज. एक्टिविटीज का मतलब क्या हुआ? स्मॉल लेटर में आपका, मैंने आप जितने लोग हैं 45 लोग हैं, सबके स्मॉल नंबर में नाम लिखा हुआ है. आई नीड कैपिटल लेटर. जस्ट वन क्लिक यू गेट द कैपिटल लेटर इन द एक्सेल. वो समझता है, अच्छा कैपिटल लेटर नहीं, पहला वर्ड का पहला कैपिटल होना चाहिए, बाकी सब नॉर्मल जैसे स्मॉल होना चाहिए, नो प्रॉब्लम। उसको हम लोग प्रॉपर बोलते हैं। प्रॉपर, उसमें बस एक क्लिक किया हमने, प्रॉपर में आ गया, कैपिटल स्मॉल प्रॉपर। हमने कहा आपको 3 नाम है, जैसे मैं इसमें 3 नाम है, मोहम्मद यूसुफ अंसारी, 3 के बीच में स्पेस लिखते हैं ना हम लोग। हमने कहा जितने स्पेस है उससे काट कर अलग कर दो तीनों नाम को, 1 क्लिक अलग कर दिया, अलग लिखा है उसको जोड़ दिया। यू गॉट द पॉइंट। सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं है, बल्कि जो है जैसे आधार नंबर है या पैन कार्ड नंबर होता है, इन सब में कोडिंग होती है। या हमारे यहाँ जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, दे हैव द एनरोलमेंट नंबर, you know, enrollment number. So even they have enrollment number, they have a coding. Even college number, their PhD number, college number, for example, they have 21 ABC like this one. They have code. So you can extract few numbers or the few text from the given one very easily. So these are so many activities that you can perform in the text. These are type of data that is very important. That is the very unique one in the Excel that we call is a date. The data type is date. The date is very unique. What is the meaning of a date recognition? What it means that Excel can recognizes the date. That is one of the very interesting. We'll discuss with the example about the date. So I think you have clear about that. It means that it cannot recognizes the images. What it means that images. आप सब जानते हैं images का मतलब क्या हुआ? Not recognize मतलब you cannot process anything with the images. For example, if you have a MATLAB. MATLAB is a very popular software used in the engineering background. Even MATLAB recognizes the images. If you just upload images in the MATLAB and you do the RGB performance, means color performance, change the color and so many activities, that can be possible in the MATLAB, but that cannot be possible in the Excel. Video is also a data. It cannot be recognizes video in the images, video, audio. You cannot do any activities with the help for the audio, video and images. You got the point? Why we are interested only the 3 one. That is important. Number 1 is the number 2 is the text, and number 3 is the date. So these 3 things are recognized by Excel. It means that we can process these 3 types of the data. We have a different functions for these 3 type of data. You got the point? Okay. So the first one, data storage. Normally we can have these things. The second, graphs and charts. We can develop the graphs and charts for the representation of the data. Then we can go for the basic arithmetic calculations, plus, minus, multiplication and so on. We can do these activities. Then we can also go for the complex calculation, designing and so many things, architecture designing or civil designing. Then we can go for the decision based calculations. Decision based means we have some here, for example, if students have the attendance below 50%, not eligible for the examination. So this is a decision. You got the point? So here you have to take a decision, logical things. So Excel have the features where you can decide whether which students is eligible and which one is not eligible. Got the point? Then statistical functions. Statistical means sum, average, mode, median. There are so many things are there in the statistical applications. So you can perform all these. Then financial applications. So normally Excel is very much useful in the financial applications. There is so many terminologies. Normally the CA person and the economic and financial background person are using there. So all these features are available here. Okay. This is all about an idea about what you can do in the Excel, what type of activities can be performed and what type of data can be stored in data, right? Any query regarding this one, up to this one? पहला सेक्शन पूरा हो गया मेरा, जिसमें मैं बताना चाहता कि एक्सेल से कर क्या सकते हैं आप लोग, क्या क्या चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, क्या होती हैं। ये पहला सेक्शन था मेरा जो पूरा हो गया। और टाइम आप लोगों को 4 बजे तक है, तो आई ट्राई 3:05 में कि मैं थोड़ा सा तेज़ चलूँगा। कहीं पर आपको कोई चीज़ पूछना होगा, इफ़ यू हैव सम बेसिकली डाउट, आई कैन रिपीट दैट थिंग आल्सो, बिकॉज इफ़ यू गो थ्रू एनी वन पॉइंट, देन दैट इज आई थिंक सफिशिएंट फॉर मी टू डिस्कस एवरीथिंग इन अ वेरी हरी वे for 1.5 hours, and you don't understand anything. That is not desirable. Here at least you have some outcome. Okay, go for the next session. The next one, that is the Excel window and what is the different sections, call it. So we have discussed about all these things in the Word. We have a tabs and we have a ribbon. We have a quick access toolbar. All these 3 features are available here also. In every tab we have a different tools. In the ribbon, ribbon is also divided into different sections. In each sections we have a different categories of tools. For example, in the home we have a font section. In the font section we have all the activities related with the font. We can increase the font size, we can change the color of the font size and so many things. Okay, so these are the features of ribbon. This is ribbon and this is the basic active area, the working area, that all these table, it looks like just like a table and rows and columns. That is our the active area. We have to perform that one. Again, we have here just discuss about what are different things, workbook, worksheet, rows, columns, cells. ये कुछ नाम है, मैं आपको बता दे रहा हूँ इसमें. Workbook is the name of file. This is book. Because not say it is a file, word file. It is called as a workbook. The Excel name as a workbook. Means you have multiple sheets in the workbooks. That's simply the file name, workbook. Then worksheet, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. We have multiple sheets in the Excel. So this is called the sheet. In every sheet, basically the format is similar. Means there is a tables, nothing else. But we have a different sheets. We can even more sheets. We can delete the sheet. We can increase the sheet. We can make 10, 20 sheets also here. So sheets are the basically place where we have to perform the activities. Rows and columns. We have row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, 4, 5, 6. Different rows are there. Similarly, columns, column A, column B, column C. So there is a difference in the nomenclature of rows and columns. Row have the nomenclature of numerical values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And column have ABCD alphabets. Okay. So row and column means row and column. Cell. The intersection of one and row and one column is called the cell. For example, column A, row 1. सिर्फ एक जगह आएगी ये that location, that address is named as a column A and row 1. For example, if I say column B and row 5, तो ऐसे जाएंगे column B, row 5 यहाँ. That is a unique address. You understand? That is a cell, and we have to define the cell with the help of the cell address. And cell address is nothing but the name of the row and name of the column. What's the point? If suppose I say A5, what it means A5? Column A. Very good. So worksheets is clear, and you see that this is the number of rows available in one single sheet. कितना है? 10 million 48,576. वैसे गिनेंगे तो 1 million है, 10 million नहीं है. 1 million होगा, 10 million होगा. 10,48,576 बोल सकते हैं ना. 10,48,546 million नहीं हो चीज़. This is the number of row in the one sheet, and how many columns are there? 16,384 columns are here. Just imagine the length and width. You can say simply the number of cells available here. You cannot imagine total entry that is possible. Number of cells that is possible is this one. It's a huge number. But there is one problem with the Excel. Yes. अच्छा मैं इधर बोलूँ. Okay. अच्छा ये वाला. हेलो हेलो आवाज आई ना? ठीक है. So हमें जो बताना था वो चीज, number 1 we can see the title here, the file name title bar is there. Ribbon I already explained about. Quick access toolbar I already explained in the previous, and tab is there here. That is important thing. What we call this section? Formula. That is a new thing. That is important thing in the Excel. You should know. You should recognize that on formula bar. Then cells, rows, and then vertical scroll. Just to obviously you can look up to the 21 rows. If I am interested to look about the 100 rows, so you have to vertical scroll. Similarly, horizontal scroll for moving towards the M, N, O, P, like one. So, and then these are the sheets. The second thing is status bar. This is also important. Status bar means it tells about what is going on, what you are doing there. So you can just go through the status bar to find out very quickly what is happening there. In horizontal scroll, view is shortcut, zoom control. So these are the few features available in the Excel. Let us go for that. Okay, so this is I have already explained cell and cell references, rows, column, and workbook. Let us go next one. Okay, that is a very interesting mode. Cell, I'm talking about this. For example, A5 is the address of the cell. So if suppose I'm interested to do some activities, so there is a two mode of the cell. One is simple mode where we can store the data, and the second is the calculation mode where we can calculate and do the activities. So for the calculation mode, formula mode, that is very important. This equal sign is very important. If suppose you want some activity, some calculations in this cell, what you can do? For the calculation, you need to put is equal to this sign. That is important. So basically it is just like a switch on, this equal to. You are going to switch on the calculation mode of that cell. Otherwise, that will be act as a simple store mode. You are just simply adding the data, nothing else. So just we are going to show you cell address, clear? So C4 means column number C, row number, very good. What about this one? What is the address of this one? Selected one. You understand selected mean? There is a a green color boundary around these selected rows. How many cells I have selected here? In this one, first one. There are 4 cells selected, okay, not the single one. What could be the address? B2, okay, B2, but that is the address of one cell. I'm talking about the cell. B2? पढ़ लिया ऊपर अपने कॉलम, ठीक है. You understand? So B2 colon B5. So column basically from B2 to B5. B2 से लेके B5 तक ये address है. So you can write B2 colon B5. Simple. So that is the address of this one. Similarly, what about the second one? It is related with this one. Also, these are the 3 cells. B3 to D3. So B3 column D3. What about the next one where we have multiple columns and multiple cells? अब बताइए. B2 C6. Sure. Why B2 and why C6? From the first cell to the last cell. Simple concept. हमने जो select किया हुआ है, we have started from the first cell. In the selected one, the first cell is the B2. इससे पहले जो सेल है वो सिलेक्ट नहीं किया गया. B2 से पहले B1 होना चाहिए, वो नहीं सिलेक्ट है. It started from B2 and the last one is C6. That is the last one. So that's why first to last one. So here we can select the B2 to C2. This is one of the very important thing because every formula and every function require this activity. So I think I understand how to write the formula and how to dictate the cell address in any cell, anywhere. If I say that you have to put the cell address, you can very easily put that cell address. Okay, fine. Then we have some other operations available in the rows and columns. What you can perform in the rows and columns? These are the different activities. For example, cut, copy, paste. That is a very simple thing as you are doing in the Word. You can cut, you can copy, you can paste the rows and columns also. Insert between these two columns. For example, there is a column A and column B. I'll just open the Excel. I think this is the time to okay. तो वैसे दिख रहा है ना जैसे फोटो में था. ओके. सो माय क्वेश्चन इज दैट, क्वेश्चन क्या था, मैं स्किप कर गया देखिए बदलने से. मैं कहाँ पढ़ा था, हाँ यहाँ पढ़ा रहा था. राइट समझिए. सपोज आई एम इंटरेस्टेड, सी है कॉलम ए, कॉलम बी, कॉलम सी, कॉलम डी, कॉलम ई. Right click in the column E. I am going to insert one column. What will be the name of that column? What is the meaning of insert of the column? There will be no like D1 or like D or E के बीच में, there is no alphabets in between the D and what will happen? Sorry? If suppose, for example, if I write something here, say name, or here I am writing to say department. I'm interested to insert here. Obviously, if I click the insert, so what happened? There will be one new column inserted before the E. What will be the name of that one? Then what happened with the E? It will be basically shifted. The concept of insert in the Excel is shifting up that one. You got the point? So ऐसा नहीं है कि नया आप सोचो नए अल्फाबेट सब ये जनरेट करने वाले हैं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Similarly for the rows, अब उसमें shifting of the डेटा. ओके, वेरी गुड. सो ये चीज थी इसमें. उसके अलावा क्या डिलीट था. अब डिलीट में भी वही चीज आएगी. फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम गोइंग टू डिलीट दिस कॉलम ई. व्हाट विल हैपन? शिफ्टिंग टुवर्ड्स द लेफ्ट साइड. आपकी ये चीज हो जाएगी, दैट वन. सो दीज आर वेरी सिंपल वन. फॉर्मेट सेल्स विल डिस्कस अबाउट बिकॉज दिस इज समथिंग वेरी गुड वन फीचर्स. कॉलम हाइट इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई से अलीगढ़ Muslim University, you know that column E have a very limited space and you are writing a big one, Aligarh Muslim University, that required a more space. You can increase, maintain the width also. How you can maintain? Right click here, you see column width. If you see here, they have given 8 in terms of pixels and light. That's when you can increase. So for example, 50. This is 50. You are not satisfied. There is a bigger space. Even there is some second option. You put the cursor between the E and F. You will see that the cursor, the symbol is changed here. Hold it. Hold means press the left key of the basically button of the mouse, and you can maintain here. So you can maintain the what? The widths of the column. Number 1. In this way you can maintain the what you have written there. For example, the second option, no, you don't have the options for increasing the bits. Why? You think that I'm not giving the permission to increase the bits. What happens? If suppose I'm interested to take the printout in the A4 size, what is the possibility in the A4 size? You can increase the page. Anyone have the A4 size page? So what is happening there? Suppose you have a database, you need to print out that database. In the A4 size, obviously the most common one. What happens? If you increase the bits, what happens? That will be going this way. So sometimes you have the restrictions, you can't increase the bits. If there is only 2 and 3 columns, okay, you think that can be adjusted in the A4 size, no problem. But there is a limitation always with the increasing the bits. What will be the second option? You can make it. That is called the wrapping of the text. Wrapping of the text. So you have to minimize that one. You can't increase. And then there is feature wrapping. Where is that one? This one. Wrapping. You understand how to fit the data in a particular cell? So because what is the meaning of wrapping? You can increase the number of pages. Obviously that will be increases because you are using 3 lines instead of 1 line. So there is chance that the data will be shifted in the second page. So no problem. You got it? So wrapping is a very important thing to increase here what is increasing here? Here the row height is increased here. Even you can control the row height also. Here, see here, I can go here, this is row height. You can increase the row height, it is 14, if suppose I choose that 30, so the row height is increased here. Got the point? So you can maintain the row height, you can decrease the row height, you can maintain the column bits, increase, decrease, maintain. And the reason behind increasing, and again you have to maintain the text in the multiple line by wrapping the text. That is the important thing. Second, which type of features is still left? Okay. So cut, copy, paste special. We'll discuss about the paste special, working with the rows and columns. Column bits, hide, unhide, hide and hide. This is also a feature, very important feature. For example, if suppose you are not interested about department name, don't look about the spelling and all these things. If suppose you have a data, for example, someone asks about, just print out the name and department name. Not interested about the university name. Say for example, this is university name. You have 100 data. I can generate it later on. So suppose you are not interested about printing the university name. You are interested about a few different ones. What you can do? You can hide it. You can hide it. You see the ABCD. After D, it is F. Hide means it's still there. That is still there, but that is hidden here. You got the point? So in this way, you can manage the data. You have a big data, no problem. What you need, just tell me these cells will be hidden there, and then you can take the printout. Okay. What about the unhide? How can you do unhide? वो तो भाग गया. Control Z हमने save कर दिया इसको. Any guess? I need to unhide that one. Right click. हाँ अच्छा जहाँ हाइड हुआ है. ओके. अनहाइड कुछ नहीं हुआ, यहाँ से अनहाइड से कुछ नहीं हुआ. डी पे भी नहीं है, डी पे भी नहीं. हाँ जो इन्होंने कहा है ना, जहाँ छुपा हुआ है ना उसको पकड़ने के लिए उससे पहले उसके बाद दोनों जगह खड़े हो जाते हैं. अब भागते, देखते हैं कैसे भागता है वो. दोनों जगह सेलेक्ट करेंगे हम. ये दोनों जोर से कवर कर लिया. अब बोला अब नहीं भाग सकते हो तुम. आप जब अनहाइड करेंगे तो इट विल कम हियर. You understand? So in this way you can make the unhide one. Got it? तो हाइड अनहाइड फीचर अमूमन इसी को मैं कहता हूँ. कभी कभी होता है मैं कुछ फीचर बता देता हूँ जिसको कहते हैं पेड़ पे चढ़ना. चढ़ तो गए अब, क्योंकि जैसे चढ़ते वैसे उतर थोड़ा ना है. उतरने का मतलब होता है कूद गए तो मतलब हड्डी पसली टूट गई. So that's why I always learn how to climb and how again come down to the floor from in the tree. That is very important. तो कट कॉपी पेस्ट पेस्ट स्पेशल अभी बताएंगे आपको. इंसर्ट डिलीट हो गया, क्लियर कंटेंट, कॉलम बिट्स एंड हाइड हाइड. क्लियर कंटेंट का मतलब ये हुआ कि इफ यू हैव एनी टाइप ऑफ कंटेंट हियर, क्लियर कंटेंट, everything will be deleted here. That is the meaning of clear content that the name suggests here. So this is all about column and rows. Come to the next one. मैं इसलिए इससे कहता हूँ कि ये मैं भटक जाता हूँ जब एक बार मैं एक्सेल में ना, तो उसमें डूब जाता हूँ, तो मैं पढ़ा नहीं पाता हूँ आप लोगों को. बस जानबूझ के इसको दोबारा खोल रहा हूँ इसमें, क्योंकि यही बेसिकली मेरा फील्ड ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज. 10 साल में सिर्फ यही काम करता हूँ. इवन इफ आई गो फॉर द सेल ओनली, आई कैन टेक 1 hour फॉर द ओनली डिस्कशन अबाउट द सेल आर डिफरेंट फीचर्स. मैं बहुत सारी चीज़ मिस कर दिया हूँ, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि जो इंपॉर्टेंट था मैं डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ. Now come to a cell. This is about, I have discussed about rows and columns, different features, insert, delete and all these things. This is a feature of the cell. Cell means individual cell or multiple, 5 cell, 10 cell, 2 cell, 3 cells. What are different features? Cut, copy, paste, paste special. ये तकरीबन वैसे ही है. उसके बाद क्या इंसर्ट डिलीट. सेल में कैसे इंसर्ट डिलीट होगा वो देखेंगे. और कमेंट, ये फीचर्स हैं. और भी फीचर्स इसमें आ जाते हैं सेल्स में. तब हम सेल की बात करते हैं. सेल को राइट करेंगे तो यहाँ तो बहुत सारे आ गए हैं. देखिए यहाँ पर आपको मैंने बताया था इसमें देयर इज वन फॉर्मेट सेल्स. विल डिस्कस दैट थिंग आल्सो, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट वन. एंड देन इंसर्ट एंड डिलीट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव रिटन हियर 2 एंड इधर 3, यू नो, एंड दिस इज नेम से ABC और DEF. हुआ क्या प्रॉब्लम इसमें? सी द प्रॉब्लम इज देयर. आई give the one, I have basically stored the data and there is one mistake. The name should be along with the numbers. What I need to delete these 2 cells only. But deletion means just you remember that it is nothing but the shifting of cells. So similarly here, if I go for the delete, so there is a 4 possibilities. Shift cells left. What happened if I select this one? The things will be 2 and 3 will be shifted this one. Left means the data from column E will be shifted to that one. Shift cells up. So the column, the row number 5 and row number 6 will be going into the upper section. So that is requirement here, right? In this way you can change. Otherwise what happen? The whole thing will be changed if you select some improper way for deleting of these activities. So that's why I've just given the example of shifting. Oh no, now come to the paste special. Say I'm going to generate some data. For example, say name 1. There is one very interesting feature here that is called the autofill feature. Autofill feature means if suppose you write 1, 2 here, and I am selecting these 2 things. Okay, so just look very closely about. I'm just going to zoom it. This selected green border have a very small square there. Have you seen there in the very right and the down side? If you put the cursor, look here very closely. What happened? The cursor shape is changed here. Now it is active for the autofill. What it means? If suppose if I hold the mouse button and drag it, automatically the data will be generated here. Interesting things. You got the point? Similarly, if I have a name 01, what happened? Automatically it will generate name 02, name 03, name 04 and so on. Not only this one, if I write here Monday and then drag it, January and then drag it. You got the point? This is called the autofill feature available in there. So obviously only days and months of features are automatically about the text. In the number we can go.
Generally we drag, sometimes we found the same thing. For example, if we have written Monday and we have dragged, there will be all Monday.
If you need the Monday, then you need in 2 places and select. Then after that you get the Monday. 2 cell. If you select the 2 cell, what happened? I'll show you. For example, see here 2, 4, 2, 3. So what happened if I select these 2 cells? So Excel learned that you are basically interested about 2, 4, 6, 8 like this one. You need this type of data. Okay. If you select 2 and 3, Excel understand basically what you need. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why if you do any activities, so you have to give if you select 2 times Monday, so it means that Excel understand that you are going to write only Monday there. Otherwise Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because by default is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is available. Even you can manage this autofill option also. You can write some other, for example, in your department there are 5 research scholars. Sometimes you need again and again very, again and again you need these 5 names. You can put, there is a one library here, you can put autofill options text. You put their names and you just put the one name up there and drag it. All these 5 names will be appear here. So there is a feature how to add your list in the autofill. That is the advanced feature. We will not discuss here, but there is a feature how to add your list, your desired list in the advanced feature. Now come to again, I'm going to generate some data. For example, this is a very interesting data. Say for example, I have these names. All these names are available in the column. There is a one requirement. I need all these names in the one row. You see the difference? Target is clear, objective is clear, problem is clear. All these names are available in one column. Our requirement is I need all these data in one row. This is the one problem I received from one of my relative. He's working in the railway. He needs this activity, and what he did, simply okay, copy, paste, like this one. So I told him that you can just select all this data, then copy it where you like to paste and go for the paste special. I told you the paste special. Paste special has so many features. I'm talking about the one feature that basically shifting of column data into the row data or vice versa. This feature is known as a transpose. If you click the transpose by one click, and when I told him, he basically denied about how you can do it. I have taken 10 to 20 minutes for doing these activities, and you are doing within less than 1 minute. So you can see, in fact, his face about basically the reply of this one, because he thinks that you are doing very hard work for doing all these activities, and just by one click you are basically solving the problem. So sometimes that is very hard to digest all these things if someone is bigger as compared to in relations with you. मैं मामू थे, वो बहुत नाराज हुए इस बात पे, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? Anyway, you got it. So paste special not only have transpose, there are so many other things also. I'll discuss that one. So sorry, Control Z. हम लोग कहाँ पर थे? हाँ, अभी आपको मैंने ओके, अब दूसरा फीचर्स बताते हैं. यहाँ पर हमने आपको सारी चीजें बता दी. You see the sheets. Currently we have one sheet. I am going to add the number of sheets. Simply you just click a plus sign, you have a one more sheet. Plus sign, you have a one more sheet. Or right click here, insert the sheet. Insert and OK. Don't look anywhere. That's insert and OK. So this is a way to increase the number of sheets. You have a different activities for the sheets also. For example, you can rename. You can rename here. For example, I can rename it UGC. And I can just rename it MHRDC. क्या है इसका नाम? क्या नाम है? HRDC, like this one, a small capital. Even you can change the color. There is a tab color also, red color, green color. Just all these are basically nothing but the, all these things are just to change the format. Okay. So this is about sheet. You can delete also. Delete, and also there is a feature of hide. For example, if suppose in the sheet one, for example, what I did, I have a complete database of my account. I don't know exactly where I have created my account. So many accounts are there. Even Gmail, I have 5 and 6 account. Earlier, because there is a limitations in the Google Drive, you can only add 15 GB of the material in the Google Drive. You all know about that is limitation. Otherwise, you have to purchase that one. That is the problem for me, because I have approximately 300 GB, because I have a books about a soft copy of books of 30 GB and so on things. So I have created 7 and 8 Gmail, but now I have the institutional ID, and that have 1 TB of the data. So my drive is now 200 GB filled in 1 TB. So my complete data, this is not my laptop in fact. So my laptop have some problem regarding the presentation. That's why I have shifted. I don't even touch my laptop. I just opened my Google Drive here, and that's why I downloaded these features here. So in fact, nothing is available. No data is available for as far as my the drive is concerned. I just only go through and access it through the net. So what it means that I store everything in my Google Drive. That's why it independent of the system, independent of the mobile, when I can access all these things in my mobile also because of the Google Drive. So now come to the topic. So I'm talking about the 3 type of data. That is important thing. I'll show you what type of activities you can perform. So 1, 2, 3 is clear. I'm talking about one more thing, hide and hide. You see that this is a feature of the hide. So what happens, suppose I have a complete database where I have put the password also, login name, password, and the site name. I have maintained one complete Excel sheet there. So obviously that is a very dangerous thing for me because if someone see there, so there is a possibility of the mistakes or misuse of that password. What I can do, I can hide it. You see here. So now the sheet, UGC sheet here is now hidden here. No one can see here. But again, for example, as per your requirement, you can have some data, for example, some formula. If suppose you are going to give someone about some calculations and you don't want to see, suppose you want that no one can see the formula that you have written there. So you can hide that sheet also. So this is a way to hide it. And what about the unhide? There is no concept of selecting the sheet 1 and select sheet 2. No, that's different here. You can right click and hide, you will see there all the sheets that is basically hidden here. You can view that sheets, select that sheets and OK. So in this way you can hide and unhide the sheets. So, but that is a different thing in the hiding and unhiding of the rows and columns. OK. Then come to the important thing, 1 to number format. I told about 3 formats because what we are going to do, we have to run only for the 3 formats. The first format is for number. So number is you can write 1, 2, 3 and so on. No problem. But the only one thing is problem is that, for example, there is a big number. Just give me the only big number. Huge. For example, Avogadro number. Anyone know about the Avogadro number? Someone just Google it and tell me. 6.2. नंबर नहीं मिलेगा, गलत बोल सकते हैं आप. वही चाहिए था मुझे इनफैक्ट, उसके बाद चाहिए था. ये देखिएगा तो कहीं बोल देते हैं 10 की पावर 23 आई थिंक सो. 10 की पावर 23 या 10 की पावर 21 होगा, मुझे नहीं मालूम है. ये नंबर कैसे लिखेंगे? एक्सेल कहता है नंबर कैसे लिखोगे आप बताओ. तो ये हो जाता है इसमें बिकॉज 6.2 10 की पावर 23 है ना. तो यहाँ पर 10 की पावर 23 की जगह पर हम लिखते हैं e की पावर 23. बस ये याद रखना आपको. यू गॉट द पॉइंट. 10 की पावर 23 यहाँ e की पावर 23 लिखा जाता है. ये टेक्निकल, ये कि अपने आप उसने जोड़ लिया इसको. 6.2 10.3. अगर मैं इतना लिखता हूँ, अब ये बताइए, जल्दी बताइए. सॉरी मैं इसको जो है, कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट इज द नंबर एग्जैक्टली? सॉरी e की पावर बहुत नंबर बताया. चलिए ये नंबर बताता हूँ. अब बताइए 2 इंटू 10 की पावर 10, 2 इंटू e की पावर 2. हाँ 10 की पावर 2 है, मतलब 10 की पावर 2 का मतलब कितना हुआ? 10 की पावर 2 मतलब 100. 10 इन 10 ये वाला 200. एंटर करिए इस नंबर को. ये लिखा हुआ है ना, इस नंबर को फार्मूला बार में देखिए. जस्ट लुक इन द फार्मूला बार. फार्मूला बार बता देना आपको, वहां बार बार देखना पड़ेगा, उसको पहचान लीजिए आप लोग फार्मूला बार को. तो क्या हुआ यहां पर? यू गॉट द पॉइंट. सो यू कैन राइट द बिगर नंबर इन दिस वे, e की पावर. ये एक चीज है जो नंबर में आपको जानना चाहिए. ओके. सेकेंड थिंग, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ समवेयर रिटन हियर 0.23 फ्रैक्शन, you need to convert it into the percentage. You just go here in the number format. You see that this is very important. The home tab, this number section is very important. You maintain everything, every format here. This is a general format. You have so many formats here, and then you have a percentage. If you click here, this is 23%. So fractions can be converted into the percentage by just one click. For example, you have total marks of 500. Out of 500 you have 430 marks. You need to convert into the percentage. So what you can do is equal to, I told you the calculations, then 430 upon 500. परसेंटेज निकालने के लिए मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करते हैं. ये फ्रैक्शंस में आ गया 86%. एंड जस्ट क्लिक हियर, you get that 86%. You got the point? Okay. So format, percentage, power, and even after that, sometimes you can write here 2 into 10 की पावर 2. ये लिखा हुआ है 2 into 10 की पावर 2. So if you need to write power, E2 का मतलब होता है 10 की power 2. What about 2 power 3? If suppose I'm interested to write something in 2 power, not 10 power, we have an option for 10 power E. E is equivalent to the power of 10. But what about 2 power of 8 or 2 power of 3? So how can you do? So this is a symbol for making the power, this cap symbol. So you just click here, you will get the 200. So this is a symbol of, obviously you know all these things. I don't think plus sign for addition, I think minus sign for the subtraction. For the multiplication you need this sign, not this one. Don't use X, you have this star. And for the division, this slash one. Negative. Okay. This one. Where is division? This one. And for the power, this is power. For 10 power, this is 10 power. So all these are some important things that you should know about how to write all these things. Okay, so this is about the number. What about a text? Just tell me. This is number or text? This is number or text? This is text. Why? 1. Otherwise, if I write here 1.2. What is the difference between these two cells? Left and right. Just. So by default they have some formatting options for writing the number and text. You can identify that one also. If suppose I'm going to write, see here, what happened? I forced to write it into the text format. एक्सेल बेचैन हो गया. वो जो ग्रीन सिग्नल है ना, ग्रीन दिख रहा है ना, इसका मतलब है एक्सेल परेशान हो रहा है. क्यों परेशान हो रहा है? उसकी उलझन बढ़ती जा रही है. देखिए क्या कहना चाह रहा है. सर आपने टेक्स्ट को नंबर को टेक्स्ट में लिख दिया है. अब उसकी परेशानी, वो बेचैनी है कि प्लीज़ मुझे मौका दीजिए, देखिए मैं इतना इंटेलिजेंट हूँ, मुझे मौका दीजिए, मैं कन्वर्ट कर देता हूँ. तो इसमें लिखा है ना ऑप्शंस, आप इग्नोर भी कर सकते हैं, आप कन्वर्ट भी कर सकते हैं. कन्वर्ट कर दिए तो अपने रास्ते पे आ गया. तो सम टाइम दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. लेकिन मुझे आप पता, आई थिंक यू ऑल नो अबाउट, एक ज़माना था जब नंबर जो है एसटीडी नंबर अलग हुआ करता था, लोकल अलग हुआ करता था, राइट? एंड यू हैव टू पुट द वैल्यू 0 देयर, 0 then 941 to the right. But there is a problem here. If you write there 9410 like 1, what happened in the Excel? 0, if you write 0 before the number, that is nothing. 0 1 means, in fact, it is a 1. So that is what I did is a very big mistake. What I did, I stored all the number of my friends and relatives in the Excel, and I just imported all the number in the Google for calling them. Then when I feel that when I call, there is no connections. Then when I look closely, then I find that every 0 is not gone there. That is the big challenge, how to write the 0 before this number. So any idea? So for writing these things, you always use this comma, what we can say is a single quoted, क्या कहते हैं इसको? Single inverted comma. Single inverted comma. You can use this one, and it means that it is just like a comment. Comment means nothing will happen. The things will be as it is. You got the point? So that is very interesting thing. Sometimes you can write here, for example, if I write here 0 1 2 3 4, comma 0 1 2 3 4. So it will be 0 1 2 3 4. So that's why that is also important one. So this is about the number and text. Now come to the third one that is required here. Third one is a date type. How you can write the date here? So very simple. They have smartly played this one. In Excel, what they told that I cannot make the date as a format, a special format. I can convert the number into the date. You got the point? I can convert the number into date. So they think that which will be the number 1, the date from where we have to restart the date. So they think that okay, let us start the date from 1st of January 1900. You got the point? So they have started the concept of 1 in the form of date is equal to 1st January 1900. You got the point? उन्होंने कहा कि जब एक दबाओगे आप और उसको कहोगे इसको डेट में कन्वर्ट करो तो उसको कन्वर्ट करेगा 1st January 1900. Got the point? Okay. 365. I'm going to change this number into the date. Just tell me which type of, what will be the date? 31st December 19, right? How can we do it? Just by changing the format. Where? In the number 1. Go here and change the short date. Click here, 30th of December 1900. What about today? Say I am just going to put some bigger number, 36500. 100 साल हो गया? हो गया ना 100 साल? I'm going to change this number. You understand what I'm doing here? I'm going to change here. Approximately, obviously, there will be a 28 and 29 February also. There is a chance of that 29 February. So that will also reflect here. So I'm going to change here. It equal to the 6th of December 1999. What about today? Can anyone guess any idea? Today's, I can write first the date one. Today is 11 December 2023. सही है काउंट लग गया भाई 2000 कितना लग गए अभी तो आया ही नहीं 23. Please someone help me and tell me what is the equivalent number of this date. Calculation वगैरह स्टार्ट हो गई है इसमें 4 बज गया क्या Okay, have you got any idea? I'm going to change it. How can I change it? Simply format, go to the format. Always remember, it is given a date format. I'm going to the general format. 45,271. So this is the first thing. There are the concept and कौन सबसे करीब गया भाई? सबसे करीब कौन गया था? कोई गया था 45,000 तक पे? 45 पे नहीं पहुंच पाए? Anyway, चलिए कोई बात नहीं. So ये तो लैपटॉप लेके बैठे हुए तो पहुंच गए होंगे भाई. हाँ? इस पे आया नहीं. अच्छा जो एक चीज बताना ही भूल गया था मैंने. How to write the date in the Excel? नंबर से तो हम थोड़ी ना करना करेंगे. मैंने कहा आपने डेट ऑफ बर्थ लिखो. अब 1 जनवरी 1900 गिनना शुरू कर दिए. शाम तक हो गई अभी डेट ही ना लिख पाए. बोले सर ऐसा एक्सेल नहीं चाहिए जिसमें शाम तक हो जाए कैलकुलेशंस के लिए. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग इज हाउ टू राइट द डेट इन द एक्सेल. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन. सो फॉर दैट थिंग लुक अबाउट लैपटॉप योर सिस्टम योर पीसी. मुझे जैसे इन्होंने अपना पीसी यूज किया मुझे बताइए डेट फॉर्मेट क्या है आपको उसमें. लुक हियर अबाउट माय डेट फॉर्मेट. व्हाट इज द डेट फॉर्मेट ऑफ माय लैपटॉप माय पीसी. You have to follow that. What happened? There is a mistake sometimes. Normally, there is a very common format that is first month, after date, after year. That is the one format. I don't know exactly what is the format of that laptop. Please, which one? That's why if we can write the date, that will be a mistake there. So you can write there as per your requirement. My there is, for example, I have to write first date, then dash, then month, then dash, then year. That is the format of my system. So I can write any date. Just you guess, I can write here. For example, today, date, then. Okay. How can I show that this is a date? For example, if I write here, we have a 2 date type. One is 11/12/23. The second one is. How can I show that which one is the correct data format? You have to look about the again where number format here. This one. This should be the date. If the cell have the date. For example, currently I have 11/12/23. This is journal. What about this one? It's a date. So in this way you can assure that you have the proper date format. Okay, so this is all about. If you have any query, because I am just closing here, there is again one session is going on after I think at sharp 4, and they have a video conferencing light from the USA. That's why they need for the maintaining and just go through all these things. Before that, they need it within 10 minutes. They want that I should be free all of you in up to the 5 minutes. So it's totally 5 minutes you have. Emoji, that's not an emoji. I can understand. Okay, for example, It's not an emoji exactly. Insert, you have a shapes, different shapes. कहाँ है वो shape? Okay, got it? Right click, hyperlink. Where is hyperlink? This is hyperlink. Hyperlink, you can link any file here. For example, say someone downloads current folder, I can go in the downloads. अभी अभी मैंने ऐसा आपको भेजा था, कोई भी चीज़ लेते हैं, document, duty list है, say for this Excel I'm going to do, and then if I click here, then this will be open, the Excel will be open. अच्छा आपको नहीं दिख रहा है, Excel will be open there, just by clicking here. So this is the way to hyperlink. Oh, this one, that like this one.
Sir, the file should be in the laptop or we can delete it?
File should be in the,
System.
obviously. कहाँ ढूंढेगा वो? No, 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 I can understand. Even you can put the google.com anything.
Sir, sometimes if we do some functioning with some programs or the equations, then sometimes when we give it for printing, there is hash signs.
Hash signs, you are not providing the proper space there. You have to increase the width. Simple. Hash sign, I'll show you, for example, like this one. It means that you are not providing a proper space for, obviously this is a date, so you need to make the width of that one proper, just like one click. Okay, so anyway, I'm just concluding here. If anyone have any problem, if suppose from the AMU, they can visit and they can ask me the question, and anyone outside from the AMU, they can access my email ID and either go to the website, and you can contact me through the email IDs also if you have any problem. Thank you very much. Sir, thank you.